Hello all sentient beings and welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we talk about all news, comics, and media related to the... On this episode of Transmissions Alt Mode, we review Transformers issue 29. The Bumblebee Motion Picture score has been released on compact disc, and we have some pre-order information on Renegade Game Studios' Transformers deck building game. Today is Friday, May 28th, 2021, and this is episode 235 of Transmissions, the Alt Mode edition.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that can't help buying Transformers the movie on DVD. Again. I'm your host Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Fantastic fan artist Apollo.
Hi everyone.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hello. Let's talk Transformers.
All right, as always, we start the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. We really appreciate your support, and it helps keep the show going. And this week, we are welcoming back one of our longtime Donatreons, Anchor, also goes by Pearton on our Discord chat, and he's joining up and committing for a whole year. So thank you, Pearton. Thank you, Anchor, for joining up. And we'll see you over on Discord. If you guys are not on the Discord chat, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. That's where you can get the invite if you want to join our server. We have fun there. You can chat with us all the time. Lots of fun discussions going on.
It's a whale former of a time.
Sure. Yeah.
No good?
No. Welcome back, Anchor. Thanks again for joining up, and we'll see you on Discord. All right, and if you are a Donatron, you are automatically entered into our monthly Toy Hacks $10 gift code drawing, and the May drawing is coming up very soon. You've got just a couple more days after this show goes up to send in your entries. You can send an email to contest@transmissionspodcast.com. Send us a picture of the Transformer you'd like to get stickers for from toyhacks.com. You need to send that in before Sunday, May 30th, and that's when we will do the drawing. If you are a Donatron, though, you're automatically entered, so you don't have to do any of that stuff. Just the fact that you're a Donatron puts you on our list, and we put you in the contest automatically. So becoming a Donatron is really the easiest way to enter this contest. So there you go. We've also got to the next episode of Empire of Rust, our live play RPG podcast for Transformers. And the uncut version, early version of Empire of Rust episode 51 is coming up this Monday, May 31st. So all the Donatrons get this episode in advance. You get to hear the long play. You get to hear everything that's left in, all the stuff, the stuff that gets cut out for the regular episode. It's all here. You get a long version, and you get it early. You get it a week before the regular episode drops. So if you are a Donatron, you will have access to this exclusive episode. And this happens every other week. You get the early Empire of Rust episode. So episode 51, Space Dungeon Spongin'. So that sounds fun. So check it out. The first and only live play Transformers RPG podcast. All right. And now we will start off the show talking about some comics news. All right, in comics news, we have the latest solicitations from IDW for the next Transformers comics that are coming out in August. So we've got several comics coming out. Of course, Transformers 34 is out, then Beast Wars number 7, Shattered Glass issue 1. So this is the start of the Shattered Glass series. And Alex Milne is doing covers on the book. That's awesome. And then a new comic, King Grimlock number 1. We'll talk a little bit about that. But before we get into that, Apollo, you have someone who's doing a cover for the new Transformers issue 34. So who is that person?
My friend Susan Margovich is did the artwork for cover 1B for Transformers 34. It's Termagax about to squash some Insecticons flying towards her with a fly swatter. And I am just so happy and excited for her. This is a dream come true for her. And I just really love how her cover came out. And she likes to use red lighting for her art. If you've seen any of her art on Twitter or Instagram, but she just did such a fantastic job with this. And I did order this cover. I also ordered Winston's cover too, because it's when you have friends who are now becoming professional Transformers artists, you do what you can to support them. But I'm very happy for her, and her cover is super cool. So check it out, those of you that are listening. Yeah. So, and she is on Twitter and Instagram at Suna Speaks. And she also hosts a podcast with some of her other friends. It's called More Than Meets the Ear, and they're doing a review of Transformers Cybertron.
Oh,
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
cool. Yeah, this is her cover right here. I'll put this in the Discord chat. Everyone listening, you'll have to click the link in our show notes, but in the Discord chat, everyone can see the cover now. But yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations to your friend, and she did some artwork for you recently, right? And you showed us that cool piece of art she created for you.
Yeah, I commissioned her to draw Coronation Starscream for me as an early birthday present to myself, and she did just such a fabulous job. And as I said before the show started, like, even before I was friends with her, I became friends with her planning Iacon online, and I had seen her art like years ago, and I saw this picture of Starscream that was like my all-time favorite. I had no idea she was the artist behind it for like 4 months, like after being friends with her. And then I found out, it was just so exciting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm friends with the person who drew this. So and I think she's got commissions open still, so check her social media accounts, and I really highly recommend getting artwork by her. I am very pleased with the Coronation Starscream she drew for me.
All right, awesome. We'll put links to her social media in the show notes so people can check them out.
Thanks.
All right, so the last announcement was a bit of a surprise. So I was expecting Transformers 34, I was expecting Beast Wars, I was expecting Shattered Glass, because we'd all heard about those coming up before. But I had not heard anything about King Grimlock. So Grimlock is getting his own miniseries, and this made like press releases in Bleeding Cool and Screen Rant, talking about Grimlock, becoming Conan the Barbarian or something. He goes to this alien world and he's fighting with, barbarians and sorcerers, and it's just weird. And apparently this is still in the new IDW continuity where we haven't even gotten to Earth yet. So not really sure what's going on here. Daryl, do you have any speculation of what's happening here?
I mean, it sounds a lot like what you just said. It sounds like Grimlock's kind of bought out of time, and it's a barbaric world. It's and there's a Conan the Barbarian type of character. It's odd, but I'm in. I mean, yeah, mm-hmm. The covers look awesome, so yeah, I'm in.
All right. Apollo, are you interested in Grimlock? I know he's not Starscream, but he's still a fun character.
No, I'm definitely subscribing to this. Like, this is just, this is such a cool idea. Like, I love these covers too that we were able to see. So, I like getting anything new Transformers, but this is like, I think something that hasn't really been done before. So it's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my only question now is, will we get the other Dinobots showing up? So I am a fan of Grimlock. I like Grimlock's character, all the iterations of Grimlock we've had over the years. And, robot dinosaurs are just awesome. So we got to have more robot dinosaurs. We can't leave them out, even if you're in a new continuity where there's no Earth, or no, you're not on Earth yet. You still got to get the robot dinosaurs. So. Yeah, looking forward to this. And we will definitely be reviewing it on Transmissions. So look forward to that.
Before we move on, I want to just comment on Alex Milne's cover for the Shattered Glass. This is the first cover we've seen. I know the rest of them kind of got announced as well, but this is the one that they kind of linked to the story. But man, this is an homage to Generation 2 number 1, that... Not Your Father's Autobot cover. Mm-hmm. I never thought I'd see Blur as a badass like this, but damn, this cover is awesome. Like, this is a really wicked looking Blur. And I'm biased to Alex's art, but holy cow. Like, this is looking really, really good.
I definitely agree with you, Daryl.
Yeah.
No, it's a lovely cover.
I think I wrote on Twitter, I said I was ready to skip this entire series, but now if Alex is doing covers on these books, I might have to buy every single book. So.
Oh, no. No, Alex's work's amazing. I wasn't really online too much this weekend, but I saw that Sarah PD has a cover too, and I like how Blur is shattering glass on the cover. I don't know if he's shattering someone's optic, but who's looking, but I think that's really cool. We've got like so many good covers to choose from, and it's like, am I going to be getting all these different covers? So
there's some good art. Good art coming. What were you going to say, Charles?
No, I was just going to say the fact that Alex Milne's cover is cover A means I'll actually get it at my shop. So,
oh, that's right.
That's nice. The cover A is usually the most widely distributed one. So it's nice to see. Alex is usually reserved for the retailer incentive if he's doing covers on a book. So I'm glad to see that he's getting the widest circulation here. Mm-hmm. Of course, Sarah Peter Durocher is the retailer incentive, so but her art is awesome too. So it's always difficult to get all these multiple covers, but yeah, these images are great.
Mm-hmm. Long since the days of the Shelton, isn't it?
Yeah, not pulling many Sheltons anymore. Yeah, I can't collect all the covers in every issue anymore. It's a little pricey, and yeah, my shop is unfortunately not carrying them anymore. So,
oh,
all right. Well, let's move on and get into our comic review. All right, this week we are reviewing Transformers 29, Warworld Titans. This is written by Brian Ruckley, art by Anna Malkova, colors by David Garcia Cruz, letters by Jake M. Wood, editor David Marriott, assistant editor Riley Farmer, and supervising editor Tom Waltz. We have 3 covers. The first cover, cover A, is by Anna Malkova, and it shows the great generals. We've got Strika, Pyromagna, Ultra Magnus, and I don't have the cover in front of me. I should look. And Diatlas, yeah, that's the other guy. So and these generals are apparently not coming to save the day for the Cybertronians this time. Cover B has Mindwipe, Bitstream, and Sparkstalker, and their plan to put a virus data bomb in the Titan network has backfired. Although I don't think in the comic it crashed right on top of them, but this is for dramatic effect, and this cover is by E.J. Sue. And then the retailer incentive cover is Optimus Prime rallying the troops with his axe, and that's by Marcelo Mater. So, Apollo, which of these 3 covers would be your pick for this issue?
I think there's a few of them that I really like, but I'm gonna pick Anna's cover, and I'm not sure if it's an homage to something else, but I just think it's a really powerful cover. It looks like something you would see like like a military like poster, or like a statue, or like one of those paintings you'd see, but then it has like the words describing each of the characters. So I really like that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like graffiti. Like someone's put out this statue as this poster is propaganda, and then it's graffiti to deface it or whatever. Yeah, Daryl, what do you think?
Well, I was really hoping to be able to get the RI this week for this particular one, because the Marcelo Mater one, it's just a really great image with kind of Optimus rallying the troops there. But sadly, I was not able to get it. So I did get the EJ Sue one. But if I was able to, I wanted the RI. So I'm going to pick the RI, because it's nice to see Marcelo back on comics again. And he's just got very captivating art.
All right. And for myself, I'm going to side with Apollo and pick cover A, the Anna Malkova cover. I agree that that one is, I think has a nice kind of motif here with these great generals that are kind of failing us now that we've slipped back into war. So. Yeah, it's cool. All right. Well, the covers are out of the way, so let's get on with the story. After the events of the last issue, the Decepticons now control almost every major command center in Iacon. In the communications hub, Megatron asks for a report from Mindwipe, Bitstream, and Sparkstalker. He is impatient to take control of the Titan network and gain a resource that will ensure Decepticon victory. But they've got bad news. Sparkstalker's data bomb virus was more effective than he anticipated, and the Titans have been irrevocably damaged. They can't bring the Titans back online and under Decepticon control. Megatron is disappointed, but he's determined to push ahead. If the Decepticons can't control the Titans, it's better to take them completely off the table before the Autobots can recover them. He orders Mindwipe, Bitstream, and Sparkstalker to accelerate the decay of the Titans in orbit, ensuring their demise. Back at Autobot headquarters, Ironhide welcomes the newest recruit, former SecOps sniper Javelin, to the formerly Senate and now Autobot guard. Javelin is still dealing with the trauma from her last fight with the Decepticons. She froze during the battle and didn't take a shot when she could have. Several bots were lost when they tried to rescue the Senate from the Decepticons, and she was severely injured in combat. Ironhide sympathizes with her and tries to assure her that she wasn't to blame for the deaths of the bots they lost. Ironhide takes that responsibility for himself and makes sure she and all the other bots under his command know it. Now they have to move forward, and their top priority is protecting the last vestige of the legitimate Cybertronian government, Optimus Prime. This is put to the test immediately, as Optimus Prime wants to go to the Forge Pyramid, where new Cybertronian sparks are born, to talk to the Director of Operations, Perceptor. It's the last major facility in Iacon that hasn't fallen to the Decepticons. As they approach, Optimus orders Ironhide that he doesn't want any other bots to die for him. But Ironhide can't guarantee that. As they arrive, Perceptor greets him coldly. Recent earthquakes have damaged the facility's plasma tubes, and if he doesn't get it under control, there could be a massive explosion. Perceptor isn't very impressed now that Orion Pax is calling himself Optimus Prime, just because he now has the Matrix. Optimus Prime agrees and isn't here to impress him anyway. He's here to get information about Titan Sparks. That gets Perceptor's attention. The official story is that no new Titan Sparks have been born from the Well of All Sparks since the War of the Threefold Spark. Perceptor responds that is not entirely accurate. This was privileged information only known to the previous primes and a select few others. Perceptor tells Optimus that there have actually been 16 new Titan Sparks that have risen from the well, but the resources required to forge and maintain a Titan are unsustainable without expansion of the Cybertronian civilization and colonization of other worlds. The decision was made by Namas Prime to not forge new Titans and keep their new sparks in storage. As Perceptor brings Optimus up to speed, the Decepticons have set their sights on the Forge Pyramid facility. They aim to control all of Iacon, and Decepticon General Stryka has assembled an elite attack force. Stryka gives the order, and the Decepticons engage. Cup, leading the Autobot defense forces outside the complex, contacts Ironhide on comms, warning him to evacuate since the Decepticons are here in mass. Inside, Optimus Prime's interrogation of Perceptor is cut short as Decepticon seeker Nova Storm blasts her way through the walls and into the heart of the building. Through the new hole in the ceiling, in flies Obsidian, leading the attack with his spinning arm blades. He slices a huge wound into Brawn's chest as the Autobots rally to protect Optimus Prime. Before Obsidian can deliver a killing blow, Javelin takes her sniper shot, hitting Obsidian's shoulder and knocking him back. That gives the rest of the bots, including the wounded Brawn, time to escape. In other parts of the building, the Autobots seal the entrances to delay the Decepticons' unstoppable assault. Blitzwing's squad is about to blast through the west entrance, and Acid Storm is burning a hole in the south entrance. Meanwhile, Optimus Prime's guard has got their own problems as Nova Storm blasts into them again. Perceptor warns Optimus that all this damage is going to bring the building down on them literally. They need to evacuate now. Optimus takes charge and transforms and rolls out in truck mode, slamming into Nova Storm, catching her by surprise. He has her pinned on the ground, but shows mercy. He tells Nova Storm to get her Decepticons out because the facility is about to explode. He lets her up and she doesn't fight back and flies off. At the west and south entrances, the Decepticons finally break through, but at the west entrance, no Autobots have stuck around to greet them. It's clear by the alarms that there's no reason to stay. The building is lost. At the south entrance, Optimus and the Autobots surprise the Decepticons and roll out right past them. Everyone evacuates before the plasma in the facility goes critical. Ironhide orders all his troops to get clear, and they get to a safe distance. But Optimus Prime hangs back. He takes one last look at the Forge Pyramid before it erupts into a fireball. As he watches, he tells Perceptor standing next to him that they are not done talking about what he did to those Titan sparks. Those lives he put in a box that never got a chance to live. As the Forge Pyramid fell, the last living Titans were falling to Cybertron. Mindwipe, Bitstream, and Sparkstalker were successful in bringing down those sleeping Titans in orbit. Chella crashes into the city of Callus, devastating it. Citadel crashes into the Sea of Rust, and Cargo Hold crashes into and destroys the Threefold Spark War Memorial crater. Later, Decepticons Road Trap and Gut Cruncher come back to the crater to investigate the damage. They don't expect to find much of anything, but they do. There's a body buried into the metal of the memorial. Not recently. It looks like it's been there since the War of the Threefold Spark. What's more surprising is that this body isn't dead. Road Trap recognizes the dormant bot. Her name is Provoke. The same Provoke that was one of Cyclonus' ghost friends, long thought lost in the war. To be continued. All right, so that was the story of Transformers 29. I thought I really enjoyed this issue. I mean, in terms of it being a nice self-contained story, you know, the focus was on the Titans and the Spark facility, and I thought it was really interesting. It had a nice, really big action scene right in the middle, and then had the sad note of all the Titans crashing to the ground and being destroyed. So a nice little it was a sad but really self-contained story, I felt like, and the art was excellent. I think Anna Malkova's art continues to improve every issue she does. I really liked how she drew Perceptor, like the one page where Perceptor was telling the story about where the Titan sparks went and came from. I thought that was a really nice looking Perceptor. So all around a good issue, solid issue. So Apollo, what did you think?
I thought this was a good mix of everything. Like, this is like the right recipe for a comic. Like, you know, there's some dialogue, but there's also action. You know, I agree with you. Seeing Perceptor was really cool, and I like this design of him. So maybe we'll be getting a toy based off him with this design. And then I loved seeing Stryka, you know, leading the Decepticons, and when Optimus runs over Nova Storm, like, it's you know, that was really cool. And yeah, it was a good issue. Like, this is like, when I read comics, this is like, this is what I look for. So I'm very happy with this issue.
Cool. And Daryl, what did you think?
Well, first off, I want to give props to Anna Malkova because this is a really, really big step ahead for her in the art department. This book really showcases a lot of critiques that I've been giving to a lot of other artists recently. This book is filled with other characters that have nothing to do with the story, and that's fantastic. Showing that the world is populated is all I've been wanting. Because there's a whole bunch of other bots on this world. Just show them. Show them doing other stuff. There's a scene with Ironhide walking Javelin out of the door to introduce her into the rest of the gang, and there's off to the side, there's two other bots just working on something. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they're doing. It doesn't matter, but they're there. They're working on something, and it's population. They're in the world, and that means everything to me. The detail for the art, there's tons. There's backgrounds in this. There's a cityscape. She's shown the what is it? They call it the pyramid. Is it? What have they called this thing?
Yeah, the Forge Pyramid.
The Forge Pyramid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's immense and it looks awesome. And there's when we first see it, it's standing there. It's boom. It's right there in the page. But there's buildings behind it, and there's buildings behind those. And she didn't have to draw those, but she did, and I appreciate it. I really do. Because a lot of other artists now are not putting that detail in there, and it just looks flat. It's just, it's just there. This is what you're focusing on, and we don't need anything else. But it's there, and I really, really want to give Anna props for putting this extra effort in there, because I know that she didn't need to, and I want to make sure that she's recognized for it. A lot of the other details, like you pointed out, the Preceptor, the page layout on that one page is fantastic, right? Yes, the Preceptor is drawn very well, right? But just the three, like it's laid out like it's a roll of film, right? So he's going through all the different, situations of the Titans, right? And each one of them has their own little frame of a film, like a little thing. So it looks great. I'm really happy with the art, and Anna's come so far, and it looks fantastic, right? So huge props, Anna. I doubt you're listening to this because we've shit on your art and everyone else's art. I have, and but I'm really proud of you for on this issue. So if this ever gets back to you, know that I'm very happy with this issue. You've done a good job. But the story, I'm happy with the story too. It's good. There is that action bit in the beginning. I love to see Obsidian, putting some damage to Brawn, right? He doesn't die because these characters are like superhuman, right? But they're, get some damage in there. Great. Punch somebody. I love it. A fight. I love it. It's great. Optimus running somebody down. Great. It's just more action. I would have conversation though with, the letterer. Who is it on this one?
Jake M. Wood.
Jake M. Wood, because Jake kept using the same kind of lettering, and it started to really stand out that their lettering was all very standard, and if the lettering is starting to stand out to me, it's not kind of getting sucked into the page like everything else is, then I know, it's not great if I'm starting to notice the lettering. You know what I mean? I'm not that perceptive. So, but yeah, I thought this was a great book, definitely above average. And, I agree with you. The kind of way that they kind of weaved the three Titans into this story, I thought the first time they weaved it in, I was like, what the hell is this? This first little shot of the first Titan. And then they just kind of went back to the regular story. It's like, what was that about? And then they did it again. I was like, huh. And then the third time I was like, what is going on here? And then they all started crashing, and I thought, okay, here we go. And I'm very thankful to you, Charles, for telling me who the hell Provoke is, because I had no idea. But that's why you're here, to help me with this. Yeah. So this will be cool. But yeah, so interesting to see. I can't wait to find out what happens in issue 30. I don't know how long we have to wait for that one to come out.
-2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, since this book was so long delayed, I think they did that's the thing. Cyclonus's little ghost characters, they pop up every now and then. I think they were in the previous issue, like issue 28, because that was when Cyclonus fought Six Shot. But that was like 2 months ago now, so we need a refresher to who this is. So, yeah, but yeah, I thought this was a good story. It continues to ramp up the tension, the action, and everything. So yeah. Yeah, and also I want to shout out the colorist, David Garcia Cruz. I thought the colors are really well done too, like the different moods of lighting and everything, like outside the building, inside the facility, and yeah, I thought all the like effects and everything were well done, along with the art. So yeah. All right, well, that is our review of Transformers number 29, and we will move on to Transformers Media News.
All right, in media news this week, we've got 2 new pieces of clothing from Prime One Studios, which is, we just talked about them in the toy show this week. They are a statue company, so they're producing a bag and pass case. What's a pass case? I don't know what this is. I don't have, what is this? A wallet? Is that what this is? What's a pass case? Somebody tell me.
I guess a wallet. I don't know. Yeah, or a
looks like
holder for your passport,
like your cards and stuff. They got a card in it, like a credit card. All right. Well, we don't know what pass cases are, but they are the shape of tapes. So they've got a handbag that's a blaster inspired handbag, and they've got a Laserbeak pass case and then they've also done a Frenzy pass case as well. So these also have some Transformers designs on them as well. Yeah. So I'm assuming this is like a purse. Is this like some kind of it's just a shoulder bag, right? Like, I'm not super familiar with this. There's a Soundwave handbag as well that wasn't mentioned in the story, but there's a picture of it at the end of it. Yeah, they look like lunch bags. I'm not too sure what it is, but it just looks like a handbag. Looks neat. It's cool. If you want a handbag and something to hold one credit card, then you can get that. All right, moving on. We've got pre-order information for the Renegade Game Studios Transformer deck building game. So you can take a look at that. It's going to be released in August, and the initial release is $45. Holy cow. That's a lot. They say that you can play a game by yourself or up to 5 players. So that's a lot of people that can play. So maybe there's a bunch of different cards in here for that. You get a picture of the different cards here, and there's a bunch of different sizes and a bunch of great art on it. I recognize art from the early IDW on here, as well as some All Hail Megatron, some cover art here from, looks like EJ Sue stuff. That's some Alex Milne stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of art here from different artists through the IDW runs. But yeah, there's a video here as well about the gameplay overview and setup. So if you wanted to really get into it, you can take a look at that. Apparently it's a 50 card starter cards, 36 basic cards, 85 main deck cards, 6 Decepticon boss cards, 10 encounter cards, 5 reference cards, 6 oversized character cards, 15 tracking tokens, 8 reminder tokens, 6 player standees, 40 victory point tokens, 50 Energon cubes, and a rule book. So all that for $45. Looks fun. I don't know if it's $45 fun, but that's it's not my thing. Might not be my thing. So if you're interested in that, then it's coming out in August, and you'll be able to get that and have some fun with that. Moving on to movie news, Bumblebee Motion Picture score by Dario Marinelli. The CD has been released, so if you wanted the score to the Bumblebee motion picture, it's out on CD now. So there you go. You wanted a CD. I wanted it on a cassette tape, but they don't release that anymore. We are getting news that a new animated movie is going to be released in 2023. I'm wondering if this is the same one. Yes, it is. This is the one that is going to be directed by Josh Cooley that we had talked about before. So that is the release date of it, 2023. That's pretty awesome. Perhaps we can get some information on Josh Cooley. We can talk to him. I know that he replied to me on Twitter at one point.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I can finagle him onto the show. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. But
you never know.
It's a nice thought. But yeah, so that's the one we've been talking about. So at least we've got a year on it now, so we can look forward to that in 2 years. And lastly, we touched on this in the toy show. From the Hasbro Fan First Friday stream, we are getting the Transformers 1986 animated movie in 4K. It is the 35th anniversary edition in a 4K steelbook. It is up for pre-order at the Shout Factory site, and a regular version will be available in August. Artist Matt Ferguson was on the stream and and spoke with one of the hosts there about the special artwork he did for both covers of the different versions. So you can take a look at those. They're nice. I mean, they are the steelbook has got Rodimus opening the Matrix. Spoilers. And then the other version, he did a nice big humongous picture with a whole bunch of redoing a scene, one of the big scenes from the movie. So you can take a look at that as well. And yeah, that's it for media news. And throw it back to Charles.
All right, and that will take us to the end of the show. Thanks again to everyone for listening. As always, we end the show by giving a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatrons. These are the folks who contribute at our highest level on our Donatreon. So thank you to John 4X Levingood and Dinobot Maximize. And also you can pick up some merchandise from our TeePublic store. That's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. We've got lots of cool shirt designs, masks, and other merchandise there. And anything you buy from TeePublic through our link will help out the show. So transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And Apollo, why don't you tell us where people can find your stuff online?
Yeah, well, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RoboApollo. And I currently have commissions open until the end of May, and I'm not sure when I'm opening them up again next time. So if you're interested in getting art from me, please DM me on Twitter or Instagram. I also just post fandom stuff and interact with a lot of fans of Transformers, and hope to talk to you on those platforms.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions Podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.